Dear friends, welcome back to Civil Conclave presentation. Today we are going to discuss about various processes involved in the building plan approval from the concerned municipal authorities. This presentation is not totally on mine. The articles and other things collected from the various DCRs, various network presentation, and the help of my various architect friends. Moreover, this presentation is not in the chronological order. It is being just picked and given. Kindly go through the same so that you will gain a knowledge of how to obtain the building plan approval from the various municipal corporation. Getting a building plan approval is a cumbersome process. Commencing a building construction without the permission of the required authority is illegal. Therefore, the developer has to ensure that all necessary permission and approvals obtained from the relevant authorities from before the construction. Different authorities are set up to deal with different permission required for the approval. The process not only differs from state to state, but it also varies from city to city also. The building corporation permission is granted subject to various stringent scrutiny. This involves various stages, starting with the identification and authenticity of the land, geolocation. If the building conforms to all the standards of safety and regulation, the distance from the road, distance from the surrounding buildings, height and other criteria set by the municipal authorities along with the building plan. Let us look the comprehensive step-by-step approval as prescribed in Maharashtra. Ownership certificate, that is 7 by 12. Time required 15 days. Cost of obtaining approval rupees 50 per CTS number. Property registration card. Grant of permission by the revenue department. This is a sample of 7 by 12. Building layout approval. Time required is 1 month. Cost for obtaining approval. Application fee for 28 per square meter of plot or built up area which is larger for a residential project, or 56 per square meter for a commercial project. Grant of permission by development authority and the concerned municipal authority. The developer submit the application form with plan and all required documents as prescribed by section 373. If all documents are in order and the file is complete, the building company can proceed to pay the scrutiny fees. Once the fees have been paid, the application file is forwarded to the concerned officer in the building proposal department. Then the file is forwarded to the survey office, which make it remarks on the application file and check the remarks from the development plan obtained during the design stage of the project. If the survey office is satisfied with its review, it will send the application file back to the building proposal department within a week. Receive the site inspection from the building proposal office of the municipal corporation. Sub-engineer from the building proposal will visit the site along with the concerned architect for checking the plot layout and also check the provisions of the various civic infrastructure. Let us look the comprehensive step-by-step approval. First, the developer has to get the clear title of the land on which he proposes to undertake the construction. He has to ensure that he is the owner of the land. He has to show that the land is free from encumbrances and it should not be in any other person's possession, nor there should be any charges in lien, mortgage over the land. There should not be any dispute of kind over or any financial hardship claims. If the land is given to the developer for redevelopment, the development right should have been given to the developer by the landowner. For that purpose, the developer and builder has to furnish a development agreement between both the parties. The time is required for obtaining clear title owner certificate is 15 days and the cost is rupees 50 per CTS. No property card registration. The title ownership certificate is provided by the revenue. Land clearances. There are different zoning laws in different zones which regulates the development, construction and usage of real estate properties in India. Land use zoning in India is classified into categories such as residential, multifamily, commercial and specific zones created to segregate the real estate properties. If the land was an agricultural land, it has to be converted into non-agricultural land in which it could be developed for residential or commercial use. This certificate can be obtained from the Urban Development Department. Once the use of land is converted, after being approved by the Town Planning Department and the Municipal Authority, the State Development Ministry has to notify it in Official Gazette. The Maharashtra Town Planning Department forwards the proposals to the concerned authorities for granting zonal approvals. Zonal development plans should be Airport Authority cleared. Building plans should be passed and sanctioned by the certified architects. Monitoring of the project by the municipality. Non-agricultural permission is not required for a land within the municipal limits. Development agreement between the landowner and the developer. An agreement which is a legally binding contract between the property owner and the local government, which includes the terms not otherwise required through existing regulation. Conveyance deed. Conveyance deed is a legal document that is used to transfer the title of the property from one person to other as a gift, exchange, lease, mortgage, etc. A gift deed, mortgage deed, lease deed or sale deed can also be called as a conveyance deed. What should be there in the conveyance deed? Defines bound of the property, chain of title that includes all legal rights to the present seller, the details of how the properties will be handed over to the buyer. A memo stating how property ownership has been received, signatures of the both parties that implies the buyers and seller, other terms and conditions that are concerned with the property transfer, things to check before executing conveyance deed. The sellers must clarify the property is free from any legal encumbrance. In case of mortgage property, the mortgage must be cleared before the deed is signed. Buyers can check these details at a local sub-register office. The conveyance deed must include the exact possession date in which the property is handed over to the buyer. Within 4 months of the execution of the deed, all the original documents should be submitted to the local sub-registrar for registration. At the registration of conveyance deed, all the parties along with the 2 witnesses has to be signed. What is the procedures to obtain a conveyance deed? A conveyance deed is drafted on a non-judicial stamp paper of requisite value and is registered at the sub-registrar office. Post-registration stamp duty registration fee should be paid by the owner. Each state had a set of rules for the registration and stamp duty. Documents required for a conveyance deed. Registered agreement for sale of property with the seller, mutation entries, property card, location plan, survey plan from the revenue department, layout plan and structure plan approved by the appropriate authority, certificates such as commencement certificate, completion certificate, occupancy certificate, architect certificate. All entries list of owners, stamp duty payment receipt. If the seller executes the deals power of attorney, or a development agreement is required. Draft conveyance deed and the importance of the conveyance deed. In case of any dispute, conveyance deed serves as a evidence certifies that the property is free from the disputes. Acts of proofs for land ownership legally transfer the property rights to the buyer. Sale deed. What is sale deed? A sale deed is a legal document that showcases the transfer of title rights to the ownership of the property from a seller to the buyer. It is the most important document that legally reports the proof for the buyer and the seller. It is an important document for both the buyer or the transferee and the seller or the transferor. The purchase or sale of the property is not legally complete until and unless a sale deed is signed between the buyer and the seller. Normally, a sale deed is signed only after both the parties are satisfied and comply with the terms and conditions. What should sale deed include? Descriptions of the properties involved, full name, complete address, contact details, age and occupation, etc. etc. Description of the property being transferred, ID number, correct address, dimension of the property, construction of the details if any. Indemnity and encumbrance clause. This includes a declaration from the seller that the property is being transferred is free from any encumbrance, litigation and charges. Also, the seller indemnifies the buyer from any pending charges in this regard. The seller should settle a pending loan taken with the concerned property as a mortgage, if it is, before proceeding with the sale. The buyer has every right to examine the document before registration. The sales deed consideration. It is the price in which the transfer deal is closed. Delivery and possession of the property. The deed should specifically mention the date of handover to and possession by the buyer. What is the process of getting sale deed? The lawyer should be in contact with to understand the requirement of the detail. The basic information should be required from your end to start the process. Once all information is provided and the payment is received, the lawyers will start working on your document. Additionally, you will get the first draft as a legal document within a few working days. You can evaluate the document. In case of any modification, get it corrected. Requirement of the sale deed. The sale deed must specify the name and address of the buyer and the seller. There must be complete address of the property and the description of the property should be mentioned. The sale price consideration accepted between the buyer and the seller must be specified in the sale deed. That is, the amount in which the buyer has to pay. Additionally, if there is any amount has been paid already, it must be mentioned in the deed. The mode of payment must be mentioned. The sale deed must stipulate the time within the title of the property will get transferred to the buyer. All the documents that are related to the property must also be handed over to the buyer. Ensure that the title property is available from any deviation. A sale deed is not legally binding until it is registered with the sub-registrar office. Both the buyer and the seller, including the witness, must be there at the registrar office at the time of registration. The stamp duty and registration fees has to be paid for making the registration. Mutation certificate. Mutation is a change of title ownership from one person to another person when the property is sold or transferred. By mutating a property, the new owner gets the property recorded on his name in the Land Revenue Department and the government is able to charge the property tax from the rightful owner. TLR plan and CTS sketch. What is CTS number? CTS stands for Chain and Triangle Survey Number. To maintain land record, the Superintendent of Land Records put in a place under a system in which particular number is allotted to each land in the city limits. This numerical identity of land plot is known as the city survey number, cadastral survey number, chain and triangle survey number or CTS number. At the time of property registration, it is a numerical name that will derive the sale of your property. ULC affidavit has to be opened. Survey plan. This is a sample of the survey plan which has been wherein you had the location of the project has to be identified. It is only a sample. Submit building plan. Here comes the major role of an architect. The developer architect has to submit the building plan for approval. He has to submit the proposed plan with all requirement documents. Now the proposal goes for two levels of a check. First level of check is done by the assistant and the second scrutiny done by the chief officer. If the file is in order and complete, he can proceed to pay the scrutiny fee. The ATP or a municipal engineer verify the documents uploaded by the applicant. Once the documents drawings are verified and the site visit done for the proposal, engineer will visit the site inspection and fill the questionnaire drafted for visiting the building permission. Consolidated scrutiny also performed based on the comparison of the drawing uploaded, the proposal details and the DC rules. On successful inspection, the application is verified with remarks and then forwarded chief officer for further round of inspection. Chief officer will verify all the document and scrutiny inspection report of the proposal. Chief officer will check for any concession, relaxation required and check whether to allow for such a concession or relaxation on the proposal. Once the proposal is approved, the applicant needs to pay the other approval charges, that is development charges, labor cess, etc. Once the fees has been paid, the application is forwarded to the concerned officer of the building proposal department. Then the file is forwarded to the survey office, which makes its remarks on the application file and check the remarks from the development plan office obtained during the design stage of the project. If the survey office is satisfied with its review, it will send the application file back to the building proposal department within 1 week. The application varies for a residential and commercial projects. A sub-engineer of the building proposal will conduct the site inspection along with the architect, etc. etc. Further, he will take the site photographs to upload at the site. The developer and the builder can check if the site visit report the view. Sample lists of scrutiny question in the site reports are: is the location is approved layout of the town and country planning department? Do the boundaries tallies or not tally as per plans? Is the ownership of the approach road public or a private? What is the nature of the road, such as Kacha road, waterbound macadam, bituminous, cement concrete? Any services in the approach road, such as drains, stormwater drains, telephone wires, electricity? What is the nature of the proposed site? Site topology, scope of the site, plain land, undulated land, rocky terrain, etc. Or there is any structure on the site, plain structure, temporary structure, no structure. If the site is vicinity of the archaeological department, or there are any nature of the water bodies such as nala, canal, lake, streams? Does the proposed site falls under restricted zones such as defense area, air funnel zone, CRZ area, blue line, red flood line, etc.? Or there is any trees on the site? Or the trees is going to be demolished? Is the site is covered by the religious structure? Is the site is filled with offense material like carcass and excreta? Is there is a proper sanitation at the site? Obtain information of disapproval, that is the IOD from the building proposal department. After the site is inspected, the file sent back to the building proposal office to get the IOD. It is also known as a building permission in some places. IODs are instruction which a developer has to comply with an under construction project. The concerned officer, that is sub-engineer, scrutinizes the report and forward to the assistant engineer and executive engineer. If everything is proper, the executive engineer approved. The IOD comes with a list of objections which the developer must procure it from the different departments and authorities. An IOD is issued after the development plans are submitted to the building proposal department of the municipal corporation. Submit structural plans approved by the structural engineer to the municipal corporation. Once the developer builder obtain an IOD, he has to apply for a review of structural plans, which is done simultaneously with the objection process. Non-agricultural permission. As we saw earlier, that if the land was an agricultural land and has been converted as a non-agricultural land and which has been developed for residential or commercial uses, the developer has to obtain the permission from the urban development department, and once the use of the land is converted after being approved by the town planning department and the municipal authority and the state urban development ministry, has to notify it in the official gazette. It is a cumbersome and time consuming process. The permission is granted by the revenue department. Obtain NOC from the tree department. Tree cutting is taken very seriously by the municipal authority. Maharashtra Prevention of Trees Authorities Act has set up a tree authority in all municipal corporations of the state of Maharashtra. A tree authority has also been set up under said act. The commission meets once in a month. If there are trees to be proposed construction site, this has to be brought to the notice of the authority, and the commission decide which trees are to be cut. If any trees are to be cut down as a result of the construction, the developer has to plant the same amount of trees somewhere else as a replacement of the chopped trees. Obtain a NOC from the electricity department. The developer has to submit a copy of the building approval plan along with an application to the electricity department of the municipal corporation about the electricity requirement. The concerned officer of the electricity department survey to determine the project's power requirement. NOC from the traffic and coordination department. The authority deals with the comprehensive transport plan, coordinate between city development plan and regional development plan, unification of various modes of transportation, unification of a basic infrastructure of multi-modal transport. NOC from municipal sewerage department. The developer has to submit an application by a licensed plumber to the municipal corporation at the concerned ward office. The NOC is issued within 15 days from the receipt of the application. The application can be submitted online to the additional city engineer sewerage department through a licensed plumber along with the scanned copies of the following documents: ownership document, copy of licensed plumber, plan of drainage connection, property tax. After the application is submitted along with the document attached by the licensed plumber, the construction site is visited and the approval given by the deputy engineer of the drainage department. Construction charges has to be paid. A list of licensed plumber is available on the municipal corporation's website. NOC from the municipal stormwater drain department. The developer has to obtain NOC from the stormwater and drain department of the municipal corporation. NOC from the chief fire officer. The Maharashtra Fire and Prevention Act mandates every developer has to obtain a fire license or NOC to obtain a building plan approval from the Maharashtra Urban Development Department. Documents required: slip of payment for a fire protection fund, photograph of the fire systems, alarm or ventilation consultant certificate, applied for a number of towers, or a number of a building. Built up area certificates from the licensed architect indicating each floor. Certificate of compliance with the provisional fire approval submitted by the licensed agency appointed by the company. No dues certificate. The process of obtaining fire NOC can be completed in 15 days from the date of application received along with the required documentation. The concerned authority responsible for issuing no objection certificate for fire license is listed below. If the built up area is up to 10,000 square meter, building height is up to 20 meter, divisional fire officer. If the built up area is 15,000 square meter and height is 30 meter, deputy chief fire officer. If built up area exceeds 15,000 square meter and building height exceeds 30 meters, the chief fire officer. Obtain environmental clearances. It is if the project is exceed 20,000 square meter. Increasing construction activities have a severe impact in the environment. The developer has to hire an environmental consultant and get an environmental impact assessment report, which is to be submitted to a state level committee for an approval. A project which is more than 20,000 square meter area required environmental clearances. NOC from the Coastal Zone Management Authority. The developer has to obtain NOC from the Coastal Zone Management Authority if the project is near the coastal zone area. Consent to establish. What is a consent to establish? The type of consent to establish has to be obtained by the manufacturing company, whereas in the construction companies it is like for a STP plant, RMC plant, etc. etc. Before starting the establishment, there are some documents to required to obtain the consent of establishment, such as site plan, DD for fees, manufacturing details, approved from the government and local authorities. There are total 5 sections of the consent of establishment: general, wastewater aspects, air emission aspects, hazardous waste aspects, additional information. There are 4 types of consent. Simplified consent, that is a pollution free SSI, green consent, orange consent and red consent. The validity of NOC is previously 1 year, now it is extended up to 5 years. NOC should be renewed when the licenses get expired. Consent to operate. Recently MPCB started a new process by which the company can fill and submit the consent to establish, operate or renewal online. SSI registration copy, email ID, PAN card copy, company names and address. For physical verification, the following documents: SSI copy, PAN card with a director, authority letter from the company, board resolution of the authorized person. NOC from the Airport Authority under, in case the buildings comes under Height Restriction Act. The builder has to obtain an NOC for height clearances from the Airport Authority of India. The construction work shall not start before the issue of NOC. The developer who is constructing a building which is up to 20 km from the visual flight and the height of the desired structure is more than 150 meter above the ground level, he has to obtain the NOC from the Airport Authority of India. NOC can be obtained by the Airport of India Authority. For defense aerodromes, NOC for height clearance is issued by the respective defense authorities such as Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, Coast Guard, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The list of the defense airports can be viewed in their websites. You have to submit the application online with the following documents. Consist of site location, plan, approved and authenticated by the municipal authority, surveyed site elevation from the qualified professional or agency, authorized for the purpose of the concerned department or the municipal authority. Undertaking on Form 1A provided by the Airport Authority of India. Ancient Monument Approval. With rapid administration, the monuments are facing tremendous pressure of increased construction activity. National Monument Act is mandated to regulate such a construction activity within the vicinity of the document. Construction activities are prohibited and regulated within 100 meter to 300 meter distance from the monuments. The developer has to obtain a no objection certificate from the ancient monument authorities in case if the buildings plan in the area. Permission for excavation. Before starting an excavation, you have to pay a municipal corporation a royalty for excavation. But in the recent judgment given by the Justice Ranjan Gogoi, it is not entitled to the royalty if the developer excavate for laying the building foundation. Borewell registration certificate. Maharashtra is one of the states which has enacted the Groundwater Act. It is enacted to regulate the over-exploitation of the watershed and prohibition of construction of new wells. The developer has to obtain a borewell registration certificate. Road access. Without a prior approval from the highway authority, no one is allowed to construct. Minimum 12 feet parallel has to be provided if it is near the highway. For building near expressway, a distance of 15 meter from the expressway, that is from the center of the road to the building, will be 60 meter. National highway, the same, but it should be 60 meter from the center of the road, that is within the building which is fall between 3 to 6 meter. State highway, which is falls in 4.5 meter, the distance between the center of the road and the building shall be 20 meter. The building should be located at a distance of 4.5 meter from the district highway. Lift installation. The developer has to obtain the permission from the Public Works Department for installation of the lift and escalator. A separate license is required to operate it, which has been issued by the PWD department. Every owner has to place an intending to install a lift. To make addition and alteration, he has to apply in Form A. Every application should be accompanied by 2 sets of plans for the installation, as in the case may be the addition and alteration. On receipt of an application, the inspector of lifts requires and makes the applicant furnish the required information and then forward it to the PWD department, who may sanction the approval. This is a sample of a installation lift Form A. So this is a fully detailed. Conclusion. Getting various construction approval from the concerned department is a consuming process. Most of the departments do not follow the timeline laid down due to the work pressure or due to the shortage of the staff. This causes delay in the timely delivery of the project and increases the construction cost. Implementation of norms for approvals should be strictly monitored. The department personnel should be trained for dealing such approvals. Only then the efficiency might increase. Note: this presentation is the extract of various documentation of the municipal corporation, various publications, various website articles. This presentation is purely a compilation of various documents. Okay. Grateful to architect Mr. Sachin Sharpe for guiding me in preparing this. For any clarification, you can contact me on civilconclave@gmail.com or at my Telegram group, Civil Conclave Telegram group. The link is been provided as below.